Leviatan are destined for greatness. 13 to 11. Fire, passion, they got it all.
It's the pack mentality.
Hey guys, I'm Elio, and I'm a professional in-game leader and player in Valorant. And today, with Leviatan speedrunning their way into being the first team to qualify for this year's Champions Tournament, I've decided to go ahead and take a look at an important factor to Leviatan's success. That being their 100% pistol round win rate across their group stage run, winning 8 out of 8 pistol rounds. With how close a lot of Leviatan's games came across score-wise, it's easy to see how losing any of these pistol rounds could have completely changed the outcome of their matches. So I decided to have a look at how Leviatan played out their pistol rounds in Champions so far and break it down for you. If you enjoy this kind of content, please leave a like and do subscribe, really helps a lot. But anyways, let's get back into the video. Now the first round we're going to be looking at here is Leviatan's defense pistol against Team Liquid. If we take a look here on the radar, we can see that the Raze and Omen are prioritizing garage control. They want garage control, they're fighting for garage control. Even Chamber from top plat is able to help them should they need it. But we're going to see later into the round why Leviatan want to have control of garage here. Meanwhile, Breach is on B. He's got full utility. His main job, he's just playing off of Chamber's trip. He's probably going to cannon through this wall. He's got full utility to delay for as long as possible while his teammates rotate in to help him. And Fade, she's just going to be on A long, jiggling this line, getting early information, making sure that Team Liquid cannot exec onto A. If they exec on A, she gets the information, falls back. That's her only job. But anyways, Team Liquid here are doing a 5-man C-long exec, so let's see how Leviatan deal with this.
From the Latam region,
he is known for being very salty. That is bang.
Immediately, we're going to see Tackle Little play in an off angle. He gets 1 kill and he TPs out. He has no interest whatsoever in staying and playing against Team Liquid's comp on C. No one in Leviatan is, even though technically they have 2 people in garage that can push through the smoke. Chamber could have kept fighting backside. They have no interest in doing this whatsoever because against Team Liquid's comp, there's too much util for them to deal with. As we can see, there's a breach cannon here coming through to backside. They've got a fade sock backside here. They can have breach stuns and omen flashes going across the right lane. There's just way too much util for them to deal with. That's why they've chosen to just get that 1 kill, get that early advantage, and they're just going to set up for the retake. We're going to see also a little Raze nade here. She's thrown this nade just to buy that little bit of time for the breach to rotate in from B so that they can set up for their retake.
Lost his life. And Team Liquid, an opening duel going against them, will still commit to this seaside push.
Yeah, it already seems like the defense is just getting ready to try and come back.
As soon as Leviatan hear that bomb plant, we can see the breach stun coming across default and the omen flash as well coming in. They're comboing it together at the same time. As soon as that bomb plant comes, Leviatan instantly know where that one player is. By comboing that util, they eliminate him out of the round. It essentially becomes a 4v3. Notice how they're also playing in pairs. The Raze and Omen are playing in one pair. The Breach and Chamber also playing in one pair. Although in this situation, the Breach is just spamming flashes through this box. Anyone playing in any of these angles is going to get blinded by him. They can't focus. And by retaking so fast, as soon as they hear that spike being planted, Leviatan eliminate any sort of Team Liquid post-plant plan that they had, and they just get completely off guard and they can't deal with the retake at all.
Back in here, but D6 has been able to at least kill off. Oh my goodness, Melsa gets 2. I didn't expect him to get any more with the swing, and now while Navira left all on his.
The round ends in less than 20 seconds. Super clean round from Leviatan. Very good idea, very good execution. Can't fault them. Now, if we go ahead and have a look at Leviatan's defense setup the next day against Paper Rex, we can see that they are setting up completely differently, and that's because they Leviatan know that Paper Rex have had a day to look over Leviatan's VODs and see how they play. And if you're Paper Rex and you're looking at the Leviatan Liquid VOD, you're seeing a Fade playing solo A, just getting early information and falling back as soon as any pressure is made. So Paper Rex have seen that as an opportunity to see, like that the A side is weak for Leviatan and they just want to exec on it. However, Leviatan, they're one step ahead of the game. They know that Paper Rex are going to try and do this. They know they're going to try and abuse A because Leviatan know their own weaknesses. So instead of letting Paper X execute onto A. They're going to hard take A main here with 3 people and hope that Paper X are going to call this, and they're going to try and rush back to C as a reaction into a situation where they're going to get baited by an Omen jump spotting and Chamber getting many kills because of the bait. But anyway, let's see how the round plays out.
On the defending side, we get to see this composition in action.
As we can see, Raze Nade and an Omen smoke is going to be used. No reaction happening yet, so Leviatan keep pushing. They come with the Fade Reveal, the Breach stun. They know this Raze is stuck in the corner, try and get the kill. Unfortunate that Benkai is still in the smoke. Breach, however, is able to get the trade on the Raze, and we've got an even 4v4 situation now. Raze falls back, doesn't commit to the Breach, a little bit of an overface from the Breach, but that's fine. Chamber, he gets the information that all 4 of the players are A lobby. He uses that opportunity to close the map and try and get a flank in, get spotted. Meanwhile, everyone is distracted by that Chamber flanking. Raze uses that opportunity to push up short because her last known position was long. She uses that opportunity, gets 2 really nice clean shots, and turns the round into a 2v2. This is a bit of an unfortunate situation. Forsaken should have gotten that kill. Unlucky that he misses all those shots. Nonetheless, nice round from Leviatan. As you can see, playing together, really close, 2v1. They've cleared all of CT. They flash under heaven because they know that based off the plan, even if the Astra's gone long, even if the Astra's gone short, they don't care. The spike's not planted for her, so they just use the flash for under heaven. If she's there, they get the kill, they win the round. If she's not, they just stick the bomb and they win because it's a 2v1. Not the cleanest of rounds, got a little bit of messy, but a very good round from Leviatan to try and play with Paper X's minds a little bit. If we go ahead and take a look at Leviatan's bind defensive pistol now, we can begin to draw some similarities to the last clip we saw in Haven, in the sense of them fighting aggressively with 3 players. In this case, they have Brimstone, Fade, and Raze pushing A short. A really nice thing to see as well is that since it is intended for the 3 players on A short to take early fights, this guy who's playing in Hookah has decided to drop his Raze of Frenzy so that he can buy armor with it and make it harder for the enemy to kill her. This guy isn't too bothered about this because, as we will see later into the round, her main job in this round is going to be to play her life and not really take any fights. So let's go ahead and see what happens in the round. Sky Flash to try and force him to stay inside of Market. The 3 of them are going to push Brimstone on the smoke. Prowler, Race baits the Prowler. And unlike the last Haven clip, Leviatan don't get contested in the 3-man push. So now we get to see their game plan on what they want to do afterwards. And as we can see here, they continue with their push and flank as 3 people.
It's going to be pacey, boys. We've got a crossfire set on the B side, right?
Skydog comes in, delays them a little bit. Now here, Melser, Leviatan's Brimstone, quickly notices a big gap that Leviatan have left towards showers and realizes that Paper X can teleport and take A side for free. So here, he goes back to make sure he can punish, or at least make it a bit more awkward for Paper X had they decided to teleport back to showers. As we can see, they don't do that. They decide to plant anyway. But here, Paper X now have barely any control in their post plant. The planter he's gonna die to a Race Nade here. And they know Leviatan have full hookah control, and it would be impossible for them to try and fight for it. So they decide to try and take elbow control. If we go back a little bit here, we can see Takolila getting this information that they're trying to take elbow control. And now his one job becomes to survive. By surviving as long as possible, he makes it even more awkward for Paper X in the after plan. And you can see this Brimstone here. Mind Freak in the cubby. He starts getting paranoid about Sky's position. And he ends up dying as a result. While all this chaos is going down, Melser tries to get a lurk up B-long. Unfortunate for him to get killed there. But even though Paper X have elbow and CT control now, this doesn't matter, as They were at a 3v5 disadvantage, now they're at a 3v4 disadvantage, and a spike couldn't be planted for them just because Takolila, created that presence that there was more towards CT for Leviathan than there really was.
Round I've ever seen. Taco's on the spike, and I don't think many people
The run's going to play out here. Standard aim fights, good trades, gets the info. Round gets a little bit closer than it should have been, but I feel like Leviathan were in control of the round from start to finish. I feel like Leviathan's defensive pistol rounds can be summed up fairly simply, in that they contest a part of the map aggressively, usually as 3 players, and have really well thought out protocols depending on the outcome of their aggression. Whether or not they enter a man disadvantage, or there's nobody to meet their aggression and they're forced to retake. Leviathan definitely believe in the concept of strength in numbers during pistol rounds, and it really shows. If we go ahead and swap to Leviathan's attacking sided pistol against Team Liquid, you once again can see that they believe in strength in numbers as they're setting up for a 5-man C-long execute, similar to how Team Liquid did against them.
To a strong start, build up that snowball, and things are going downhill pretty quick.
They start their round, and I feel like they would have been happy to execute onto the site. But as soon as they get that kill, they show really good discipline to freeze and hold back on their execute.
After that initial battle, you can see the rotation coming through almost completely from the defense, mainly because they still have a deep position being held.
Leviathan understand the situation they have and that they have a much bigger advantage compared to Team Liquid, especially if we look at the utility remaining for Team Liquid. All they have left is 1 Fade Prowler and 1 Breach Cannon.
By Yumpy, a little bit of a tag, but I think Scream's just spotted them rotating away.
Leviathan understands that Liquid needs to do something now, so they just sit and hold and wait for any mistakes that Liquid may do.
Leviathan need to make a move. They've still got Yumpy to clear out, but a flash to do that turns away.
After holding for a bit, Leviathan are forced to make the move. So they decide to force his chamber off from the aggressive angle using an Omen Smoke, a Fade Reveal, and a Breach Flash. Notice how even when they're just applying pressure to force a rotation and not necessarily commit to that part of the map, Leviathan still play majority of their players together, moving around the map sort of like a can of sardines. But this pressure towards A, accompanied by the fact that Scream and Solka's pushed down C-Long, makes Team Liquid pull the rotation towards A. And as soon as Omen gets this information that Team Liquid have pushed C-Long, they understand that the B side is open, or at most has 1 person towards it, so they make a beeline for it. Omen has only 1 smoke left, he smokes C-Link, Breach Cannons it to make sure that Raze can get this bomb down safely without getting killed from someone pushing the smoke. And Leviathan of course know that Team Liquid don't have any smokes left to defuse the spike safely, so they understand they can just all fall back and play for the spike. They play simple crossfires, and as you're going to see here, they're going to win the round, because Team Liquid have no other option but to try and defuse the spike in the open.
Looking away, but he's trying to actually pull out utility. This might be a problem. This gives some space to Soulcast to swing, but he's only going to get the 1.
That's all it is for now.
They got it hard.
It's already halfway indeed, and some damage done though. Stickiness has to be Yumpy, and he'll take the headshot right away. 9 rounds.
We've seen Leviathan when they've had an advantage. Let's have a look at a clip where they didn't have the early advantage. So the idea here was that Leviathan would play strength in numbers towards middle. They face smoke bottom mid, and they're essentially just looking for anyone who would give them a fight so they can give themselves an advantageous situation, similar to the last clip. Unfortunately, Leviathan Sova gets killed by a nice little set play from Team Liquid. However, Leviathan get instant confirmation that 3 of Team Liquid's players are committed towards A main because of the Omen killing him, the KO flash, and the Fade reveal that landed at the top of the roof. We see instant fast reactions based off that information, and they run it down to do a 3-1B split through market. Nice little off angle from Yampe. Unfortunately, he misses his shots and is forced to teleport away. Now here, because Leviathan's chambers in B main, he heard Scream running on lane and jumping onto the side if we just go back here, and they heard Yampi's teleport to backside. They get the information that there are two Team Liquid players hiding backside, and instead of choosing to fight these two players through these two choke points in backside, they make the split-second decision to push through their own CT smoke and 3v2 Team Liquid's unsuspecting defenders rotating in from the A side. From this point on, Leviatan once again just keep playing in numbers and mow down anyone that tries to interfere with them.
Clear back into mid. He needs 2 minimum, and he gets absolutely nothing shy. That Rhino really is just running forward at the moment already with his 3rd kill of the round and screaming Yumpy.
I think it's safe to say that Leviatan have been really good at making split-second decisions off information they receive and don't need a lot of time to think about making the right play together. All of them seem to be on the same page, and so far, almost every fight they go into, they have the numbers and the trading required to make sure they keep their numbers. I'm really excited to see more from Leviatan, and once again, thank you for watching this video. If you want more analytical videos like this for champions, let me know. You know, I love doing these videos and I'd love to see what you guys think. But anyways, bye bye.